Hello there. Britain's sick note epidemic laid bare. Doctors issue 11 million notes last year as a damning report reveals number of people off work with illnesses has doubled in just 9 years. Is it any wonder? Is it any wonder? The under 40s are most likely to go to the doctors, and 37% of all these sick notes are mental health issues. Now, many years ago, when I was struggling, the stress levels were exceptionally high, especially when you need £5 and you've got £4.80 in your pocket. And this is how people are living now. Rents are ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I've got a lad of mine now who's just bought this house after his divorce and everything, and his mortgage is £700 a month. But Dad, it's a lot cheaper than what I'm paying now. There you go, £700 a month plus his council tax. Call that 120. That's 820 a month. Plus his gas and electric. That's, say, call it £100 a month. Right. So that's 920 quid. Then he's got to put beans on toast on the table. That's £1,000. £1,000 out of his wages has gone. Gone. £1,000. I'm shocked. I'm definitely shocked. And it's not just him. It's millions of people like that. You know, you think about it, what people are working now. The minimum wage is 20 odd grand. If there's a couple, both on minimum wage, call it 40 grand. Now, 30% of that income, right, of 40 grand, is going straight out into rent, and so on. So by the end of it all, you've got about 40% of their wages, and are struggling because one of them might need a car to get to work. Well, insurance has doubled, you know, from £200 a year, whatever, to £400. My insurance went up. It went up over 60%. Sorry, 10% in government terms. From 20 odd quid a month to 30 odd quid a month. Just under 50%. Like that. Cheapest I could buy. Cheapest. And it's grinding people down. The entire way of life is grinding people down now. I'm alright. I'm a boomer. I've seen it, done it and got the t-shirt. But I didn't want my kids and my grandkids to do the same thing. So that's why people are getting stressed, getting anxious, getting fearful. I mean, that's exactly what anxiety is, really, isn't it? It's fear, but spread thinly. And that makes your immune system prone to viruses, headaches and so on and so forth. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but that's what happens. So you can understand it. You know, and it's just borderline with the benefits. You know, Is it better not to work than work? Well, it's better to work, but wages should be livable wages. No one in this country who works full time, and we'll call full time 35 hours to 40 hours a week, should not be in a position where they can't afford to go and rent something. I'm not saying a big mansion, it might be that 1-bedroom flat, that 2-bedroomed house. There's a couple of you. They should be able to afford to live in a house, to have the gas, the electric, and so on. They should be able to afford a little bit of Netflix, and they should be able to afford, for transportation needs, a car. And I'm not saying a Mercedes, a car. And maybe they should be able to afford a week or 10 days away, even abroad. Now that's not being unreasonable, but they can't do it. And I'm so sorry for them. It isn't my fault, and I don't want, because I've heard that you boomers have had it so good. You're getting this, you're getting that, you're getting the triple lock, and so on and so forth. I mean, at my age, after working 51 years, my house is bought and paid for. That was my aim in life. I was able to afford an house. It was 2.5 times my annual salary, and houses were available. But it's good for the economy to have house prices at 200, 300, 400, 500,000 pounds. It's good for the economy for you to find 10% deposit. It's good for the economy to keep your wages as low as possible and bring more people in to fill the jobs that are minimum wages. Companies are making billions and paying people minimum wage. For example, Bozo of Amazon, multi-billionaire. Remember during the pandemic when a lot of people were locked down? Well, them workers kept on going. They weren't furloughed. And he made billions. He could have doubled their wages and it wouldn't have even touched him. He would have got that money back a fortnight later in interest. But no. And I'm not saying that they're on minimum wage. You'll turn around, oh no, they're above the minimum wage. That's how a lot of companies feel a little bit better, by giving someone 20p an extra hour than above the minimum wage. You know. But the minimum wage doesn't come anywhere near what you have to pay out, does it? And this is long term, this. And I've seen this coming down and down and down and down over the years. Over the years. Your Labour lot started it off. The Tories have finally kicked it in good style. And it's come down to this, where kids can't get housing. If they got housing, they can't afford it. There's no houses. They're not building them fast enough. You need to build an house approximately every 5 minutes. And they're not affordable, are they? £220,000 they're going for these affordable new builds. But you can buy it on a shared basis, where you pay your mortgage and pay rent. And all this nonsense. But if you look at history has decided to shaft you over the last 1,000 years. Look at history. Look at the Victorian times. Majority of us plebs lived in slums. Why did we do that? Because mill owners and people like that decided to pay you peanuts when they lived in big mansions, believing that's all we deserved. And we don't, we deserve a lot more. It's people like us, all of us, that built this country. Your granddads did it. They built this place, they fought for this place. And you've had MPs and the mates take the mickey out of you for a long time. Me personally, I think we all need to wake up and smell the coffee. But in the meantime, take care. Bye now.